Okay, so I just realized that this is configured horribly in terms of the please stand by notice, but we are rolling with this now. We've had a lot of TFTCG action this weekend, and it looks like everything is going in terms of the camera. That's good. I was having some issues earlier. So we're just going to chill here and paint for a couple of hours. What are we going to be painting, you ask? Well, probably a mix of Horus Heresy, Adeptus Titanicus, Rune Wars, and other stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff here and behind me, so yeah. And then, yeah, not really much else to say. So what shall we start with? I don't know. I don't know. Why don't we start with building a Titan? Because I got this sucker a couple of months ago, and I have only just started building it aside from the Gatling Blast, or no, not the Gatling Blaster, the Chain Fist, which I slapped onto my other Reaper. So I have those. And that. And what page were we on? Ah, yes, we were only on the first page. How's the audio quality sounding? And we have no viewers. Oh, joy. Okay, so we had those, we had this. So A5 and A7 is what we're going to be starting out with. And unfortunately, I have zero clue if this is even being picked up by the stream. How's the audio sounding? We got somebody here. How's the audio sounding? So A5. And A7, I believe it is. Yeah, A7. Where are you? There you are. Oh, wait, there's two of them on here. Duh. Dur. And then grab the mold line remover as I drop it. So. Yeah. Just trying to slowly work my way through my pile of shame right now. Got a lot of nonsense in there. A lot of Rune Wars models. The Heresy box, I'm about halfway done with that, if I'm not mistaken. I've gotten the 2 Praetors done, one of which I converted to a champion. 15 of the Tacticals done. 5 of the Terminators and the Contemptor. Currently working on the other 5 Terminators. 15 more Tacticals and the Spartan at the moment. We'll probably be painting those later in the stream. And where did I set my blue? There it is. Audio quality holding up. I still have not gotten a confirmation on that, so I'm just a little worried. I just realized there's a screw tab I missed. So we'll deal with that. And get glued in. But yeah, this is going to be much more relaxing compared to normal. Normally it's me yelling my rear end off of Transformers nonsense. Now you're getting me just sitting here at my painting desk. So let's see here. So that. And I just realized I probably should do this on Discord quick. Anyways, let's see what's next on the list as I knock over a model I have set off to the side. Parts A8 and A9. There's A9. And I'm going to try my best to keep everything in frame. I probably will fail at this multiple times, though, because I am not used to doing this kind of stuff. Where is A8? There it is. So, clip. And then knock the bottle of glue over. We'll just leave that off to the side for now. And we'll just put that in the chat. Because I have still not gotten confirmation on it. Sorry if you're watching the replay of this. I am trying my best to make sure that everything is good, but at this point I unfortunately cannot confirm anything. Okay, so A9. But yeah, so in terms of like other nonsense that's going on, Open Play Night last night went pretty decent, so expect more of those streams going forward. And yeah, I'm not sure when Losers Round 2 is going to happen, but we did pick up 2 new participants after the fact. Well, technically 1, but then Bill is going to jump in as number 16, so we'll see how that goes. And there is now a small chance that people will have to play their Round 1 opponent later this event, and I am pretty certain that because a new bracket was started technically, I am going to have to play against Steven again, and that has historically not gone very well for me, and the Nets fruit have not come off. God. Okay, and then that goes on there. And let me just check something here off screen quick. I can English. Okay, at the very least the camera setup seems to be decent, which is a positive, because the last time I tried to do one of these, it was a very weird angle. I think I had it like down here or something. I really don't know how to convey that. Okay, so we need A6 and A7. So there is A6. And where is A7 again? There it is. Alrighty, screw tabs are almost dealt with here. They're not too bad so far. And then on this part, at least seem to be doing a good job of keeping things in frame. Again, I struggled with that last time. Going to clean that up a little bit. Nope. glue that in, and while that is drawing, I am going to go talk to John and see if I can figure out if the audio is good or not. Okay, John seems to not be around at the moment, so I will deal with that later. In the meanwhile, where's 8 and 9? Just want to make sure I don't get any rivets here, so I'm actually going to do this off screen and a little closer to my face. And then part 9. Oh wait, is it counting that one viewer as me? Oh, is it seriously counting this one viewer as me? Now I'm gonna have to Google something after I glue some stuff on. Ay, ay, ay. In the event it's not just me, like, watching things on my little Twitch dashboard, is the audio okay? Okay, 0 is here, and everything is good on that front. And now, while that's drawing, I am gonna go Google something. Let's see here. Does Twitch count yourself as a viewer? Here we go. Yep, it's counting me as a viewer. Lovely. So, at least I'm not alone here now. Yay. Anyways. So that is those components. Okay, we're not going to build some of these because the next thing in the instructions is these parts down here. We're not building those just yet because I would actually like to be able to paint this skeleton of the thing. So now I'm going to build the legs, it looks like. Yep. So we need A1 and A2. And I think we're going to build up the legs of this thing and then move on to actually painting some stuff. And I'm going to have to take this off screen again because I need to not accidentally cut off some rivets that are on the side trimming here. And there's the first foot. And at this point we're just going to cut slightly off to the side. And there's the other foot. So now I just gotta get in there and keep this thing in frame. Okay, we're taking this off camera again. Okay, that should be good enough for one, and then the other one. Okay. Okay, there's a bit of a divot in there, but whatever.
Nobody's gonna notice. Nobody will notice. Okay, that's 1 foot cleaned up. So we're probably going to do this for about 2.5 hours total. And then probably around 8:30 Eastern? Yeah, 8:30 sounds like a good time. We are going to call it quits, and I'm going to go make myself tacos and watch some football and see if the Titans blow or try to choke away a winnable game again. We shall see, though. Okay, so now we have these, or nope, we have these. Which way do these go? Okay, so these go towards the back. So when I built Tremor, my other Reaver, I had him walking forward. So I think I want this one in more of a static, like, bracing pose, I think. 1 foot slightly in front. And I'm not going to build this in a way where I accidentally have plates, like, interfering with other parts of the model. I did that with the other Reaver, and yeah, that was fun to deal with. Okay, so let's think here. So that is how that assembles. So I think the feet are going to be like that. White people taco night. I mean, you're not wrong. This stuff takes a bit to dry or to adhere, so we're going to start assembling things. And now we are going to, I think, yeah, let's glue the hip joints. So what else should I talk about in the meanwhile? I don't just want to be sitting here in silence. I feel like that defeats the purpose of actually streaming this. Okay, this is going to be more of a challenge than I thought. Okay, I think we've gotten the pose correct. So we'll just set some glue on there. Alrighty, looks like the hip joint is a little bit off, but I think I can fix that. Okay, we're gonna slide that way a little bit, and then slide that a little. Okay, that's a little too far out. So we're just going to correct that a little bit, and that is looking a little weird, so we're gonna slide that on over. That is seeming better, but that did not set properly. Okay, so let's just get a bit more glue in here. so that actually needs to be a foot adjustment rather than one of the legs. Okay, I'm just going to lift this up slightly just to get a good view on it. Seems a little bit off still, so let's just slide that like that, slide that like that, and hold that in place as we adjust that, and we just need to pivot this forward just a slight bit. Alrighty, I think we have the legs built. Alrighty. Alrighty. So okay, that's the legs. We might come back to that later in the stream. But for now, come build some of my models for me. My backlog is too. Look, I have a 161 model pile of shame right now. I've got enough on my own plate. Forgot how to English there for a second. You know what? I think we'll start by painting a Monster Apocalypse model. So, I have Rogzor here, and a while back when I was soliciting for bring him on camera, there we go. So, he's just primed up now. When I solicited, actually no, when I got my, I ordered Rogzor and Zor Magna back in August, and when I posted that I had gotten them on the TFTCG server, Tank actually jumped in and said I should paint Rogzor like Blot. And honestly, that is a really good idea. So I am going to paint Rogzor like Blot. Is my Genestealer purple still good? It kind of looks like it. We'll find out later. If I have to go buy more Genestealer purple, I have to go buy more Genestealer purple. So let me get my Titan sprues out of the way, as well as the instructions while I'm thinking about it. And now, I just want to think here. How do we want to apply the Nagaroth Knight? So, So I'm looking at the Blot reference that Tank posted. Okay, so this is definitely the right shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by painting the fleshy bits. And yes, I just called them the fleshy bits. And then where's my correct size brush? We'll use a medium one for this. Admittedly, though, I get through building models fairly quickly, so it actually probably wouldn't take up too much of my backlog. It's the painting that's really causing me problems. Because really, the only unbuilt models in my backlog, and when I say unbuilt, I mean not fully assembled, not like completely on the sprue still. I do have a few things for Age of Sigmar, and then actually if we count only fully unbuilt ones, then it's 10 tacticals, and that's it. But that would also mean the Titan is, long story short, painting models is my problem, not building them. So So we're just going to start by applying this to the majority of Rogzor's flesh. And just seeing what that looks like, and then figuring out what we're going to do with the armor later. And I'm already liking how this is going. So all my Planet Eaters, it looks like, are going to be painted like Blot. So thanks, Tank, for that suggestion. Very oddball suggestion, but oddball works sometimes. I mean, there is literally a Twitter account dedicated to oddball things working in Transformers, kind of, or just oddball moments. You know what? If you know, you know. And since Zero's in the chat, he probably knows as well. And I think we have the angle pretty good, and I think I actually got it right this time. Okay, so we've gotten that rolling, and now I'm going to message Tank saying, good call, looking good with, good call, Rogzor's looking good so far with this scheme. Just started it on stream. Just started painting it on stream right now. And then back to the brush we go. So now the question is, how far do I want to push this? I might actually do a bit of shading and highlighting for this. I normally don't do that because I am not patient enough or steady enough for that, but for Rogzor, we might try a little bit of it. So let's paint the underside quick. Yeah, I am really liking how this is coming out. I'm just gonna clean this off quick. Otherwise, it's just gonna get clogged up with purple, and this is one thing I don't like about base coating and why it takes me so long to get through my backlog. It's just, base coating just clogs up my brushes constantly, but it didn't seem to actually do too much this time. Oh my god, did I actually... Okay, I think we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Alrighty. Now we just keep working at this. Okay, so that is to be painted purple. Like, honestly, for a second, I just thought now maybe I should paint all the different Planet Eaters, like the different Terracons, but I'm not too sure how I would make that work. Yeah, I am really liking that suggestion from Tank. Tank, if you're watching this either right now, oh wait, we're still at 2 viewers, so maybe you are, maybe you aren't, I'm not sure. But if you're watching this after the fact, good call. Fantastic move. Or fantastic idea. You know what I'm saying. Oh man, that is looking real nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to pull Blot back up here for a quick second. Okay, so these are definitely going to be painted, these little pods here are definitely going to be painted a lighter purple. I have Gene Stealer purple, but I may actually try and get a different shade for this. Possibly, I will have to do some digging on it. The armor plates, looking at this reference of Blot that Tank had in tabletop gaming, looks like the plates are going to be silver with yellow and red accents. I will have to take a few creative liberties with the scheme, but I do like the general layout of it. Okay, yeah, I think I definitely can make some stuff happen with this. And I'm just gonna quickly check to make sure that everything is recording in terms of audio. And now we are going to apply a second coat of purple in a minute. And in the meanwhile, we'll figure out something else to do. Although, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Where is it? I do also have Zor Magna here. I think I mentioned this earlier. Focus. Get in the frame. There we go. Does anybody have any ideas for how I should paint this thing? Because I have no clue. I have 0 ideas. So if you have any ideas on how to paint her, let me know. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch. And let's check in on the Titan here quick. Let's just... Okay, the legs are in a good position, so that is off to a good start. While that's drying, what should I work on next? You know, I just bought a fresh pot of corn red today. So why don't we reach under the table and grab me some screws. Accidentally knock the cable that my desk lamp is painted in, or plugged into. Why don't we work on a Knight Armiger? Or at least the panels. And I just realized that is not in frame. There it is. Okay, you know, we'll just do this. So yeah, I bought a single Armiger the other day. Found it just a single Armiger, as I just said. Pretty good price, so I bid on it. And yeah, now I have 3 Armigers, and this is one from the 9th edition kit, so I do have the autocannons as well, but I have not gotten a chance to work on these yet. I do want to get the Warglaive configuration done before I start working on the autocannons, because I already have 2 Helverins, so it's not like I need any more Helverins floating around. Anyway, so... Okay, let's grab... Where's the correct brush? And a cap just fell off of my small layer. Where is... There it is, okay. So we're going to start with this and just... Oh, I just realized I was going to paint these. Yeah. Actually... Yeah, you know what? I am going to do this. Read that last model. Paint that like Valera from Warcraft. Taking a look. Looking up.
Okay, I see the aesthetic inspiration, but I'm not sure that would work for the entire faction,
Because I'm looking big picture here across the faction for color schemes for Monpok. Because if you look at, I'm just gonna grab my what are they called? The guard stuff. So the aesthetic I did for these was a modified version of the color scheme for the humans from the old Lego Mars mission theme. And you can kind of see it works nicely for the entire thing, very mechanical in terms of how things are. And the block theme is going to work nice just because I can do some weird things with the purple to make it look more fleshy and stuff like that. Again, I completely understand the inspiration, and I do think on that particular model it would work. But I'm just not sure how I could apply it to the rest of the faction. So we're going to move these out of the way in the meantime and get back to Lay Night. So I will figure out how to paint the chain cleaver later. Let's not drop sprues all over the place. And we will open that up. And we are going to work on these plates. Let's move this in frame, and okay, everything is in frame, so let's just get this on here. Oh, that is nice. So there's that, so that's on that, so this should be like this. Okay, that's a nice solid coverage. And while those are drying, let's go ahead and see how clean of lines we can get with this brush. Because like if you look at this brush I am using right now, it is fairly frayed, but it makes it good for, it's still good for base coating, what's what I'm trying to say here. Getting pretty close to done with these plates. Okay. That's looking good.
Okay, and now it is randomly saving this. Okay. Odd.
the reason I was just checking to see if this would be saving on Twitch, and because the last time I tried to stream something, because right now I'm not using Streamlabs, I can speak. I'm using regular OBS because I cannot hook up my phone, which is what I use for my camera, to Streamlabs. And the last time I tried to use regular OBS to stream, Twitch did not save the VOD. So, yeah. That was fun. Anyways, I think actually what we can do a little bit more of is the red. And I am not 100% sure how to block out the red for the main back plate. So I am going to avoid doing that for on stream because I'll need to pull up a reference on my phone. Okay, so then I'm going to just let that hang off to the side while it's drying, and then I'll just apply a second coat on the plate. Okay. And then I think these could use another coat as well. We will just... I'm still amazed I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping this in frame. Usually, again, the last two times I have done, or the last time I have done this, I think I also did this one other time, potentially? I do not remember. But I just could not keep things in frame to save my life. Okay. Actually, I think what we could do is just paint orange over the areas that need to be blocked out later. So where is the medium? There it is. Oh, that also I think needs to be painted, but I will check that on my own time. So we'll just paint this whole thing red for now, and then I will pick out the details and orange plates later. That is just in case, and we'll let that dry for a bit, and I will set that here to let that dry. Wipe up some of that water. And then, is there anything else corn red I could paint right now? Because I have a lot of it here still. And I believe there is. Because I do happen to have a whole bunch of Rune Wars models, like I mentioned earlier. I do have a Rune Golem here that I could paint, but the problem is I forgot to get a pot of Mechanicus Standard Gray, and mine is looking a little worse for wear at the moment, so yeah, let's just work on these crossbowmen. Pop those out, and I will need a smaller brush for this, I just realized. That is just a little too big. And where is the medium layer brush? That's the small layer. This should be it. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Okay. So let's get a couple of these done with the paint we have left over. So just actually do this on camera. That would probably help. And I will figure out a good spot to do this at. I swear to God, I will figure this out. Okay, so the shoulders are done, and now we just block out the areas of red. And I am having a hard time with the angle now. Okay, detail work is going to be something I probably need to rethink the camera angle on, but for now, this works. I'm trying to keep things as centered as I possibly can. So I will probably be doing the trim for these off camera. And then the helmet. This waist area also needs that. But yeah, my goal right now for my pile of shame in terms of clearing it out is to have basically everything done by Christmas. And I've done it before, admittedly with a pile of shame probably closer to 75 models. But considering the fact it's a little easier for me to replace paints at the moment, I should be able to get it done this year. So I've always been trying to do that for the past couple of years, just get my entire pile of shame done before Christmas. But last few years I have tried and failed. But a lot of stuff is being painted in batches is the key thing here. So if I am able to go through those fairly effectively, I should be able to make that happen. So anyways, let's take a look at Rogzor quick and see how he's looking. Probably would help if I brought that in frame. How many times have I said that this stream? Okay, so I'm going to pull up the blot reference again quick. Okay, so that is more of a true purple, or lighter purple, so I am gonna undercoat, or put a base coat of Nagaroth Knight on the cannon bits. Because then I will go buy myself some probably Xerius purple, because I feel like Genestealer purple might be a little too light, but I will do some investigating of that on my own time and try to figure that out. And there's also a little bit of flesh in there that I'll have to get into in a bit. I'm just gonna get into the gaps with this. Yeah, not very exciting, is this? It's just, again, I'm usually listening to YouTube or like MBT or something in the background, so usually it's just Yu-Gi-Oh content or Warhammer, other Warhammer stuff or stuff like that in the background. I am not used to being the one that is being watched while doing this. I am used to watching other people do hobby stuff while I am doing mine. And that is wet paint, so I should be careful. And where is... Okay, that looks fleshy, so I am just going to apply that there. Okay. Looking pretty good. And now we apply this to the other thing and also apply a second coat in rough spots. I'm not going to apply a full one, I don't think. But just enough to solidify it in some spots. I'm just going to mix in a little more paint in there and get a bit of water in there. And we will okay. Actually, you know what? I have the paint. We're going to apply a full second coat. And let's get into some of the crevices on the shoulders. And up, we can actually get onto the face with decent effect here. And okay. So that is a fleshy bit. Definitely a fleshy bit. Okay. There's a little spot in there that needs to get painted, and then we'll just apply a bit more here. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. We'll let that dry for a minute, and in the meanwhile, similar to having some excess corn red, as I accidentally knee the table, we're going to go ahead and work on base coating this Wraith, because I know for a fact that this dark purple is the base coat. Again, a lot of Rune Wars models in the backlog, so. And I probably should clean my brush here in a moment. Alrighty, we're about an hour into this. And once again, holding this off camera. God, when will I stop? Okay, I think we have enough paint applied there. So I will set those off to the side, and let's grab another one. Another one, good English. And this is something where I can easily stop and restart at any point, and there wouldn't be a weird line. Unlike shading. One of these days, I just need to put a box of tape down to indicate hold it here, and so that way I don't have to constantly glance over or to my screen or something to take a look if that is the case. Okay, so we've been doing a good amount of painting for the last 40 minutes or so. Should I keep building the Titan, or should I work on some Marines? Because I need to get those built, because I am going to be getting a weapons upgrade kit here soon, so want to have those built and ready to go. I'm just going to move Rogzor off to the side there. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to bring in the Titan and see in the instructions, is there anything else weird that needs to happen with the legs before attaching them to the base. Okay, does not seem so. So I'm going to go ahead and bust out this stuff, as it will be easier to apply. And you know what? Let's apply some right across that. And again, the question goes out to the audience. Should I keep building the Titan, or should I work on some tactical marines? Keep working on the Titan, alrighty. I'm going to move this off screen while I attempt to attach it to the base. Okay, the glue does not seem to be settling. Over to the bottle we go, I guess. I need to figure out how to use that stuff more effectively. Maybe it's just better for like quick one-point applications rather than multi-point things like, oh, I don't know, a Reaver Titan. Okay, so that is now properly lined up. Alrighty. Titan is on the base. And where Discord is acting up. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and grab the instructions again. We'll move this Knight Armiger off to the side, and we're done with the legs. That looks balanced. Okay, so let's grab part A, or sprue A rather. Where are my clippers? There they are. And I'll grab my mold line remover again. Let's set you off to the side, right there. Okay. So we need part 16 and 17. So 16. And where is 17? There it is. Okay, those are cut. Okay, and now this part. So that goes in like that. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna take this off screen for a minute so that way I can continue working at a sprue tab. Okay. So, we'll now attach this thing. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do for the loadout, I am planning on magnetizing this thing, so that's not really a huge concern. But in terms of like this Titan's canonical loadout is going to be Gatling Blaster, Melta-Cannon, and there was one more. I don't remember what the carapace weapon. It was either a Volkite thing or. I have a spreadsheet mapping this stuff out. Reavers. The Volkite Eradicator, that's what it is. Okay, so Gatling Blaster, Melta-Cannon, Volkite Eradicator for Inferno 2 over here. Because the last Reaver I built was, I believe, Tremor 1. I may have erroneously called him just Tremor earlier in the stream. Yep, because I am going to be naming my War Master Iconoclast Tremor 2. So, yeah, this is Inferno 2. Inferno 1, I believe, is going to be a Dire Wolf I eventually buy. Yep, Inferno 1 is a Dire Wolf. Inferno 2 is this. So, yeah, so currently the collection is, in terms of Titans, is Ragnarok and Devastator for the Warlords, and then Tremor 1 for the Reavers, and then Inferno 2 being built up as we speak. Okay, back to actually building this thing, speaking of. So let's see. So we need 19. Is that a... No, it is not a area where there are rivets, so I can just cut that. And same with this. Just need to approach it at a slightly different angle. Clip that. Clip that. And clip, and clip, and there goes that. Okay. So now... I will scrape that away in a moment. Okay. Okay, we're going to need to get the clippers in here for a little bit more work. That should just about do it. And indeed, that does it. Alrighty, that's that part. Now let's pull in the clippers again. Okay, and we'll just clean this part up just a slight on the curve. I can speak. And we need part 18. So we'll keep working on Why am I scraping that part? I already did. Anyway, so there's that, and let's see, so 20 is... Okay, so this is 19, this is 20, so that will confuse me as to what I should be doing here. Yeah, this is part number 20, alright. So what in the world am I doing wrong here? Okay, so let's... What in the world am I doing wrong here? Because that is definitely not how it goes. Oh, that's how it goes. Okay. It's one of those weird things where it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, so let's apply glue. There it is. And, so this will slot in there. And apply the glue there, and there, and see if we can actually get a grip on this part. Now we just slot that in there. And then we need part 22, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is correct. And it would help if I did this on camera. Alrighty. And now that slots in there, so we are just going to apply the glue into the lip here. Okay. And that is not how that works yet. So we need A21, which is right here. No rivets, so that is safe. That is safe. That is safe. Okay. Okay. So now this slots in here. Okay. And now we need sprue B. We actually need something from another sprue. Where's the part here? 15. 15, there it is. set that right here, actually. Okay, so now this, I think it just attaches onto here. I finished building Tremor 1 earlier this year, but I just do not remember how to build one of these things. Okay. So let's apply the glue here. Here, and let's just slide. Okay. Wait, is that how that attaches? Hold on, I'm gonna take another look at this. Okay, we're just gonna slot it in there and there. And then just apply a bit of glue here and here. And also, actually, I'm going to apply a slight bit in here. Seal that, and now it would be B12 and this part, but I am not applying an armor panel prior to painting, because that would make things increasingly difficult, or exponentially difficult. You know what I'm saying, I hope. And I think that's the loudest I've gotten this stream. So for those of you who are wondering if it's possible for me to stay quiet, you now have your proof. Anyways, okay, Titan is coming along pretty decently. I can't really, I guess I could try and lean this thing over. It's like, that's kind of what it's looking like right now. I'll probably have him like slightly turned this way. I'm not sure how I'll pose this thing yet. I will figure that out. I'll figure that out at some point. Anyways, Titan coming along well. As the body falls off the legs. Okay. Next up. What else should I do? We've done enough work on Rogzor tonight. We've done a crossbowman. I can't do my rune golem or my lancer because I need to check some things. I'm actually not sure I can really do any of the other rune war stuff. So why don't we spend the last little bit of time? Actually, let's work on a Terminator. Why not? Let's work on a Terminator. So where was I with this? I'd gotten through the silver trim. Okay. Grab that. Grab the lead belcher. And set aside all the Titan bits. And go digging for the medium layer brush. There it is. I just realized that this goal thing is inaccurate because let's end goal and manage goals. Keep up the channel growth, and let's try to get this to 20. And let's just have that goal that in the chat. And now, let's get to painting a Terminator. And that is in frame, so we are just going to get some of the paint off the brush. I will have to clean this up later a little bit, I am now realizing. Because the camera is... Actually, no. I can make this happen. Yeah, I will have to clean this up a little bit later, but I will do that off camera. And let's get into the underside there, and angle this, that way I can actually see what I'm doing under here. Let me go grab another Terminator for reference. Here's another Terminator for reference, and I just realized that is not even anywhere close to being in frame. So, okay, so that and that. Okay. We got our areas we need to pick out. I'm just being quiet here because I am focusing, making sure I have to do as little cleanup work as possible. And I just realized that I need to adjust something on these Terminators because of lore, or internal lore reasons, basically. I will finish the silver trim on this Sergeant first, and then I will do that. I will fix the weird continuity issue with this tabard. Well, I call it a continuity issue. It's not official, but it's part of the theming of my army. Just basically, the issue is that this company or whatever paints, instead of the traditional painting armor bone to represent a particularly nasty wound, they paint theirs red, and as a result the tabards are bone instead of red. But for some reason I decided to paint the groin tabards red, and John pointed this out to me the other night, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I did that. So I'm going to be fixing that as soon as I am done. I'm going to take this off camera for a little bit just so I can see this slightly better. Okay, that is good. And, looks like I will have to do some cleanup work. Also, in case you're wondering what I have armed these Terminators with, the one I am painting right now has a Combi Melta and a Chain Fist. And I think from this angle you should be able to see that's a Combi Melta. Yeah, you should be able to see the barrel kind of easily. Yeah, so I 3D printed some Combi Meltas in a Reaper autocannon. I almost just dipped the this brush into the wrong pot because I keep two water pots at my desk, one for metallics, one for everything else. And I almost just dipped the silver into the metallic, or into the non-metallics pot, and that would have been bad. Anyways, I am going to keep on with this guy. And in terms of what armor plates I will paint red, I will determine that at a later date. Because I kind of just randomly pick them out as I am doing them. I just realized all that was off camera. Sorry about that. Again, there's one more plate I will do here. I'll probably paint the weapons, even though they're attached, I'll paint them separately. I don't know why I like to do that. Just personal preference, I guess. And that's a spot I will need to clean up with some Black Legion later. Okay. I think that should cover the trim on this. So now I'm going to go grab the fully painted Terminator Squad. And grab the Ushabti Bone. And it is still good, thank God. So I'm just going to set these here. And now I am just going to paint this over the red. It'll take a couple of coats, but that is fine by me. Yeah, this is definitely going to take 2 coats, but such is the nature of layer paints. I realize this is partially on camera. I swear I will get better at this, even though I've said that like 5 times this stream. Good God. Alrighty, that's getting there. Okay, that's good enough. So that's the first one done. Okay, just making sure that was in frame. Okay, this might take a minute. And cleanly, I have managed to cleanly get this in here. And again, sorry for being quiet on this little stretch here. I'm just trying to make sure I get some clean lines. So there's number 2. Third guy. Okay, back. Ready, back on camera. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4 should be fairly easy. Number 4, and 1 more to go. And then we just get to do it all over again. Okay, hold on, let me double check to make sure that this is a clean line on the edge. Sweet, alrighty. And I'm just gonna quickly go check something quick. Let's see what's happening in the realm of sports ball. Buccaneers are now leading the NFC South. Lol, 4-5. Tank division at its finest, folks. Tank division at its finest. NFC North, everybody's floundering except for the Vikings. Seahawks are 6-3. Wait, what? That division is weird. NFC East doing things, kind of. Well, for the most part, except Washington. AFC East is loaded. AFC West is something. The Raiders. God, McDaniels was such a terrible hire. And then the AFC North, apparently still nobody knows what they're doing up there.
Seahawks did beat the Cardinals, and yep. Alrighty. Should be interesting to watch Titans Chiefs later, and while I'm thinking about it, let's see what's happening in the realm of Ice Puck. Rangers Red Wings went to OT, excuse me? Oh my god, the Leafs beat the Canes? Okay, I am genuinely surprised Rangers Red Wings went to OT. That is not a game I would have expected that to. Figured Zibanejad would have done something insane and just made sure that would not have even been a possibility, and here we are. Full disclosure, I am not a Rangers fan, so like I have, or a Red Wings fan for that matter. I have zero interest in that game outside of, you know, it just being hockey. Okay, maybe I should have applied a code as Andrew Dust beforehand, but I mean, technically there is something I could do about it, but I am too lazy to do it. I am an American after all. Yeah, this might take 3 coats. And as a result, I will do that off stream. So we'll move a lot of these off to the side. Honestly, though, like, we're an hour 40 into this. This has been very productive for me. We got a Titan halfway built. We got Rogzor base coated. We got a couple of Wraiths started to be base coated. Honestly, this has been fairly productive, all things considered. So I may be turning this into a weekly segment. At least for the foreseeable future. We shall see, though. What else do I have that I want to work on? You know, let's go back to building the Titan. Why not? Where were we? I'm realizing now that my desk is getting a little cramped. But I think I can fix that by moving the armature sprues over there. Setting that there, sliding the Terminators over. Okay, so 24, 25, and 26 on sprue A. So, here's 24, or 25 rather. And 26. We'll just grab that now. And let's clean up this a little bit. And now this. Rip. Actually, on second thought, I may not be able to make this a weekly thing, but I will try to do it as much as possible because, again, I have not been this productive when it comes to doing this stuff in a hot minute. Then again, that's usually the fault of not being able to find anything to watch. So this is kind of inhibiting that a little bit, so maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not, I don't know. Alrighty.
believe I already scraped away this part. Yep, okay. There's one little spot here that I am noticing is still there. Okay. Let's grab the glue. We'll probably go for about another 15 minutes or so. Okay. And then this just glues in on top there. Okay. And then we'll just apply a bit more glue into this little spot here, just so that way it gets a decent attachment. Oop, there it goes. Okay, so that's built. And now we do it again. There's part one. Oop, let's move that out of the way. There's two. There's three. Alrighty. And I went quiet again. Yay. Anyways, glue. And I just noticed that that does not actually glue in. What? That's stupid. Okay, let's just solidify the glue here a second. Alrighty. Just need to stretch out there for a second. There we go. And, yeah, let's grab the Titan. Okay, so this will attach there. So then let's just slot that in there and there. And that part. And this is bringing back all the memories of just seeing Tremor 1 just completely unpainted for a good chunk of time. Now, what do we do next? A23, which is the Void Shields. Ah, yes, these little gubbins. Where? There they are. Let's move this back a little bit and start. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there aren't rivets there, though. It's fine. It's fine. Alrighty. And now comes the insane task of cleaning the sprue tabs off these things. God, these are ridiculously small. Actually, if I left them as is, would anyone notice? I'm not sure anybody would. Alright, so now let's do this on camera. Void Shield 1 is in. Void Shield 2 is in. 3 is in. And 4 is in. Void Shields are in. And now that is just armor and the faceplate. Which I think I know what I'm going to do for that, but I'm going to leave that unassembled because it'll be easier to prime and paint separately. And I think that'll do it for the work for the Titan tonight, because now all that I have left for doing that is building the weapons and magnetizing it. That will take forever, so I will not bore y'all with that. What should we close out the stream with? I don't need to recap everything, really. I don't think. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I could do? No, I think we actually got a good amount done here. I will keep working on stuff off stream, or offline. Maybe we'll do this again next week. Maybe we won't. I'm not sure. We will figure that out. And I just remembered that I can actually schedule posts to the community tab to let people know when I go live, because I have access to the community tab now for some reason. So, yeah. I will have to do that for next week's stream and also for future future Transformer streams. But for now, that will do it for this broadcast. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, there's a little purple button you can push down below to show that. If you are watching this on Twitch, or if you're watching the YouTube re-upload of this, there's a little red button you can push down below to show that. Yeah, again, I got a decent amount done, all things considered. I am usually not this productive, so I will probably be back again at some point in the next week or two with another one of these, because I had a good time, and hopefully those of you who are watching this, whether live or the replay, enjoyed it as well. And let me know if you guys want to see more of this. I know for a fact I am going to be trying at least one more of this, but we'll see what happens. But for now, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.